And I was there again, not being able to start the chainsaw. Later that day I decided that it's time to get a new one. I think this one has done its job. In the last months I had more and more problems with it, until the point where I have to fix something every 2 days. This tree was already leaning to another tree, and it was a bit tricky to fell it in the direction I wanted. I made a cut that was 90 degrees to the side where it was leaning, and somehow it fell where I wanted.
after yesterday losing pretty much all day trying to fix the chainsaw, and I got really frustrated because it was a beautiful day, and for the next few days it's strong wind in the forecast. It's already starting to pick up, and I wanted to fall down as many trees as possible before the wind gets too strong, because after I can peel the logs, but during the wind I cannot cut down the trees. So if I have enough trees fallen down, I can peel the logs in the next few days when it's gonna be windy, and probably also the first snow will arrive. Until now the weather was perfect, and I lost too much time trying to fix the chainsaw. It was working for a day or two, then I had another problem, and yeah, it just got me really frustrated. And yesterday I decided that it's time to buy a new one, and today I've tried it, and it's unbelievable the difference from the old one and the new one. How fast I can work and cut down the trees. It just, I didn't imagine that the other chainsaw was working so bad. Yeah, I can already see the wind that is picking up. By the moment it's getting stronger, so I hope that tomorrow morning I'll be able to fall down another 2 or 3 trees. That way I have enough to peel for the next 3 or 4 days, and then hopefully I can cut down again some more trees. I decided that I will do it in phases. I will spend maybe 1 or 2 days just pulling down the trees and cleaning all the branches, cutting it to the length. Then the next day I will be taking the logs from here to the building site, and then as much time as I will need to peel all the logs, hopefully in maximum 2 days, and then repeat again. I don't want to first cut all the trees down, and then I think the work will be more diverse this way, and I will not get so bored. I figured out that I can cut around 7-8 logs in a day, so that's probably 2 days of peeling. If I peel 14 logs in 2 weeks, that would mean I would need around probably around 2 months or something like that, if I count all the things that can happen and the bad weather. So if that all goes as planned, by the end of the year I should have all the logs prepared. And before I forgot where I left the backpack, and now I see that the tree fell maybe not even half a meter from it, and I was really lucky. As I expected, the wind today is way too strong to be able to cut down the trees. I will just clean the ones I cut down yesterday and take them to the building site. I think that's all I'm able to do today. And hopefully in the next days the wind dies down a bit, so I'll be able to cut a few more trees. And until then, I will be just peeling what I cut now. Last time I had no problems trying to lift just one log, and now I want to see if I can do two at the same time, maybe even three, and that's gonna save me a lot of time. Just if I drive back and forward with just one log or with three, that makes a big difference. Not only that these two logs are big, but the problem is that the heavy end is on this side, and if the pulley survives this, then I think I have nothing to worry. But fuck, this is really heavy. Maybe I exaggerated a bit. Oh my god. This was a stupid idea. I think I will not be able to fit the wheels under the logs. If I make it with this much weight, will be, I don't know, unbelievable.
Quando è che c'è sbraccia? Che è? Guarda, è solo da stanzina. Da.
Bolj naprej.
Oh my god.
As the rain started, I decided to dedicate the rest of the day to some tool maintenance. It's as important, if not more, than the rest of the work, because you can work as fast and good as the tools are working. One thing I was never really good at is maintaining the tools and being organized. I lost so much time going into the forest and realizing that I forgot something or the chainsaw was not working and I had to go back home and return to the forest. When I was working on the tree house, I went, who knows, 1,000 times up and down because I forgot some tools, or I came up and the chainsaw was not sharp enough and was not cutting good, or it was, I need to change this and I think I need to sharpen the tools every day after I finish with the work and prepare for the next day, because I mean it takes half an hour to do it, but the time I lost going to the forest and returning home and all the frustration, I think is worth taking half an hour a day. I always just wanna work until it breaks, and then I really don't like fixing it. I don't know, I just like working. Give me the work, but don't give me to fix the things. Having this tool sharp is very important at the moment. I have to peel 60 or 70 logs. It takes a lot of time just polishing with this stone, maybe even 20-30 minutes if you want that it's cutting really good. And it's also very important to water the stone, otherwise it's not working as it's supposed to. I think I will need to make this a habit of doing it every time after I finish with the work.
You can clearly see that this log is a bit rotten inside on the bottom, and this can happen many times. Usually I just cut the first half of meter away, and if it's not better then I can cut another piece. I left this log 2 meters longer because I expected to cut it away. If the rot doesn't stop and continues up the log, then the log unfortunately will not be usable, and that's not good. This is not a good sign. I cut a meter of the log away and it's still rotten. I don't know if I'll be able to use this one. It's not as bad as at the beginning, but I don't know if it's good that I use this one. I think I will decide later what to do, but for now I will peel it and this log is pretty big and it's quite difficult to peel here at the beginning because you don't have much space and I keep hitting my fingers here on the bark. When I did the first 5, I was thinking this is gonna be pretty easy. Now I'm getting around 10 and to do another 60 or I don't know exactly how many, I think it's not gonna be so easy as I thought. Especially these bigger logs are pretty difficult because they have the bark that is thicker and because of the size you grab a much larger area and it's a lot harder to peel. Those smaller logs are really easy and I looked at the time. For the smaller log I needed around 1 hour without any break. For this I will need half an hour more for sure. These small bumps are really tricky to peel. I don't know if you can see on the video, but on this log there are so many. I think it's the most difficult log I peeled so far. with time I learned that you can get a much cleaner cut if you hold the blade a bit under the angle, and I also find it much easier. I had a problem that when I peeled like this, there was always like a thin layer of bark that gets stuck on the blade, and when I started peeling under the angle, this cleans off by itself, because you pass under the angle and it always goes to the side. So basically I start cutting on this side, and as I pass back I go to the other. Another very important thing is to use the momentum of your whole body when you peel, and not just with the arms, but use whole body to go back. This way you can do the cuts that are a lot longer, and it's also less dangerous, because if you peel just with your arms, a lot of times the blade gets stuck and then it jumps, and it's dangerous to cut yourself in the stomach. I've seen it happen, and that's why I always try to go back with my whole body when I do this. And also it's less tiring for the arms, and if you do just with arms, by the end of the day you will be destroyed. Your arms will be dead.
Repete qua.
The wind today is even stronger than it was in the previous days. I had to find a shelter to be even able to talk to the camera. Otherwise, I think you would hear just the howling wind. And it's not that cold, it's maybe -1 or -2, but the wind makes it feel like it's -20. But anyway, I wanna move forward with the peeling because I mean the winter just started. It's gonna get even colder, and in this area where I live, the winds are pretty common during the winter. Now it's not even that strong. It gets also above 120, 150 at times. I would love to hear some feedback about the video, if it's too long or too short. I saw some comments saying that they would prefer the video without any background music. So I tried this one with no music, just the sound of the work and the tools. And let me know if you prefer it this way, and or if it's too boring. I don't know, just what you think about the video, or if you have any advice about the work that I'm doing. I read all the comments from the previous video, and I'm really happy with the response and what everyone said about the video. To me it means a lot that people enjoy watching what I do, and that I inspire someone to maybe do something they dream about. That to me was something I always wanted to do. And also with this log house, it's a big dream of mine, but if I can inspire someone else to pursue their dream, that to me is amazing. That is my biggest goal with this, with filming and sharing my experience. And also thanks to everyone that subscribed to my channel, shared my videos, or anything you do. That means truly a lot to me. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and thank you for following me on this journey.